Well, this is probably the most unusual post I've ever made. I'm standing on the top of my property at the moment. Today is Friday and it's going to be a pretty bad bushfire day tomorrow. So I've just spent 2 or 3 hours preparing my property. And that essentially means cleaning down all the gutters and roof areas to get rid of all the loose leaves, making sure that everything is as tidy and as neat as possible. And I thought I'd just give you a little bit of perspective from, if you like, the front line with regard to the bushfire season. We're in regional New South Wales, just north of Wollongong, so we're not in the most extremely exposed areas, but nevertheless we are in an area of high bushfire risk. Now there are some compensations with being in such an area, the views, the environment generally, but nevertheless the risks are very high too. Now just to give you a bit of a flavour, this is the view from the top of my roof, and you can see there should be some sea down there, but it's too smoggy and smoky, and that is the Illawarra escarpment there, again shrouded in smoke now. And if you come around this way you can see my problem, which is that is the bush there, just literally 50 metres away from the property, and the bush comes around behind where we are. So we are in a risk area, so that you can see I've now spent quite a long time cleaning the roof area. It's pretty spotless. It's quite a big area to clean as well. I've also learnt, note to any architect, if you use corrugated roofing, make sure that there's an exit off it, because trying to sweep leaves off a corrugated area when there is no way to sweep them over the edge, it's really painful. We have got gutter guards fitted all the way around, particularly at the back of the property there, you may be able to see that, and here as well. So the gutter guard keeps the leaves out and makes sure that they're as clean as possible. Now one of the challenges with any operation like this is literally as soon as you've cleaned it, the leaves start falling again. So it's a never-ending battle, but nevertheless I think it's hopefully clear to see that we've done a reasonably good job in terms of actually getting everything clear and clean and ready to go. This will also serve as a record, just in case for any reason things go really bad and we lose the property. We can at least demonstrate to the insurers that we've actually kept it up together and everything is pretty clean. One of the things I'd recommend actually for everybody is take photographs for insurance purposes, because it amazes me how often insurers basically kick up a fuss and refuse to pay on things that frankly they've got no reason to reject. So take plenty of photographs, because it gives you a much more leveraged conversation point. So there we are, a little bit of an interesting day in the life of video today. I'm quite concerned about tomorrow, so at least we've taken as many steps as we can in terms of cleaning the place up and keeping everything up together. The next task is actually to come off the roof, and we'll be clearing up at ground level as well. And I guess we'll probably spend 4 or 5 hours today just preparing the property for tomorrow. I'll complete the rest of this video off the roof. I've got a few more comments to make more broadly about the impacts of the bushfire on Australia and the Australian economy. I think we're already seeing some quite significant numbers. Okay, so I'm now down at ground level, having finished the roof, and now we're going to do the rest of it, which is basically cleaning up at ground level. In fact, I've just trimmed a few other trees on the way around as well. It's a never-ending battle, but hopefully we'll continue to make progress. Yeah, it's just a matter of clearing everything up getting it all sorted out and making sure that there's no loose litter on the ground, so that if anything does come through in the way of burning embers, there's less for it to light up on. Now, you know, this is almost an impossible job really, because as soon as the wind starts up, the leaves drop again, but at least the idea is to try and make it as clean as possible to start with. So that's what we're doing at the moment. I'm just taking it around the back of the property so you can see the challenge I have. It's not really too bad. It'll take me a couple of hours, maybe an hour or two, clear it all up. But once we've done that, we then pretty much set. Obviously we can't do much about the trees that are effectively beyond our property boundary. Some of that's council, some of that's other people's, so we're going to do what we can do, but at least we do give it a go best we can. It's also worth highlighting that the garden is just so dry. We haven't had any decent rain for, well, months and months and months, and we're trying to sort of keep a few plants alive just by spot watering, because we can't use hose pipes for watering or anything like that now. And it's worth saying, by the way, that we do have, as part of our own defence, we have a very large tank. It's a big massive beastly. Sorry, the smoke's getting my throat rather sore. You may be able to see there that the pipe comes off the roof, goes to the tank, and then goes back to the downpipe. And if we get any rain at all, because we've got such a large roof area, the tank fills quite well. It's about 80% full at the moment, so that's not too bad considering everything else. Right, we'll better get on. So here we are, having completed the work. We're pretty clear now of leaves, and as best prepared as we can be for whatever the weather throws at us tomorrow. We certainly live in uncertain times. And yes, actually the garden overall doesn't look in too bad a nick, despite all the lack of water we've had for so long.